Hello and morning. So in this quick video, I want to talk a little bit about EFT. And more specifically, I want to talk about what it can do, because that's what it's really about. What it can do, how can it help you in your life? So a powerful way to sort of get in there is I want to ask you two questions. And I want you to answer these two questions honestly, within yourself. You don't have to tell anyone. So the first question is, how much of your behavior, how much time, how much energy, how much emotion, how much mental activity do you use or invest in trying to get your parents' acceptance, trying to get your parents' love, and for them to say something like, "I'm proud of you"? How much of your life are you invested in just trying to get your parents' acceptance? Answer that honestly. The second question, which may be more specific to you, is how much of your behavior, energy, time, emotional energy, mental activity do you invest and spend every day on trying to avoid certain things being said to you, whether it be from a stranger or be from a loved one? How much are you spending trying to avoid someone saying something like, "You're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you could never do that, you're too fat, you're too ugly, it's your fault, you're a failure, you're not good enough"? That's probably the biggest one. You're not good enough. How much of your behavior and time and energy is invested in trying to avoid someone saying that to you? So answer honestly to yourself. Now, most people, speaking for most people, depending, different cultures, different aspects, different influence, but I'd say probably 80% of our behavior is invested in just dealing with these two things, trying to get our parents' acceptance, their love, and then trying to avoid someone saying something nasty to us. Because why? Why are we so invested in this? What is going on? Just imagine if actually someone said one of these things to you, and your parents withdrew or couldn't accept your choices. What tends to happen for most people is that they can't handle it, they lose it. If someone says to you, "You're not good enough, you're too smart, you're too dumb, you could never do that," even your parents saying that to you. What happens when someone says this to us? For most people, they lose the plot. They get angry, they get defensive, they go off, they try to prove their worth, they try to do everything they can to prove that that person is not true, or that whatever they're saying is not true. There's so much energy invested in this. Why? Essentially because within ourselves, that we have not got any stability within the emotional self. There's not enough internal love and internal acceptance. Because, let me give you an example. If I loved my dog, okay, if I had a dog and I loved it unconditionally, to the depth of my heart, I love this dog so much, right? It's unquestionable that I love this dog. I don't even have to say that I love the dog. That's how much I love the dog. It's just known. I know. The dog knows, I know. It's so obvious. It just is. I just love this dog, right? Then a neighbor comes over to my house and says to me, "You don't love that dog. You're incapable of loving that dog. You're too stupid to love that dog. You're too ugly to love that dog. You're not good enough to love that dog." Now, if there is unwavering love in my heart for this dog, would I really care or take offense if someone said something to me like that, a neighbor? No. If it is known to the core of your being and it's unquestionable, it does not matter. It would not matter what the neighbor said. You go, oh yeah, well, whatever, that's great. But I would not take offense to it. It's unquestionable. If there is any ounce of doubt within myself that maybe I don't love this dog, if there's any ounce of doubt within myself that I didn't love my dog, then I would get super defensive. How dare you say that? You can't say that. I love my dog. You don't know how much I love my dog. I feed my dog every day. I walk my dog. See, this defensiveness is a sign that there's a doubt within the self. And this doubt is, in our behavior, in our justifications, we are trying to prove how much we are backing something, or we're trying to prove how much we love something. But if you know something unwavering, if you just love the dog, it doesn't matter what anyone says, it doesn't matter what anyone does. And this is what EFT can do. This is what EFT is about. It's about just coming to a place within yourself where it's just known, and there's no doubt, there's no hesitation, there's no reason to seek validation from others and justification and acceptance from others, because you come to a place within yourself when all the emotions, all the triggers have been dissolved or neutralized, and a simple knowingness is there. Right? We call this freedom. We could call this freedom, and that's why it's called the emotional freedom technique. Because what we're doing is we're looking at certain things, certain memories in particular, or certain statements that someone might say, and we identify the stress. So the stress comes up when we bring it up, and then we tap, and what it does is dissolves the internal stress chemistry, the neurology around it. And once that stress has been removed, or dissolved is a better word, is that your chemistry becomes stabilized. And once the chemistry is stable, you become in alignment with it. It just is. Even your faults you can own. Even if you're a naturally angry kind of person, or you're not the smartest person, or whatever, is that we come to a place of acceptance within ourselves where we just own it, and it's completely fine. And only when you come to that place of acceptance and knowingness within yourself and owning all these various aspects, are you then to live a life free from seeking the acceptance from your parents, or trying to avoid someone saying something. So this is how it works, and this is why it's so powerful. And this is how you get free from all this like avoidant behavior and all this seeking behavior. So this is the emotional freedom techniques. If you have any questions about it, let me know, and I'll speak to you next time. Ciao.